What's going on, Jerome's? The Minnesota Vikings still should and could be in the market for adding some interior offensive line depth. We have the meats at the top end of the 2022 NFL draft, and we want to go through our top 10. Again, this is not someone else's top 10. This is our top 10, just shooting from the hip of where we see the centers and guards in this class, as well as some tackles to kick inside, because why the hell not? So we're going to run through the top 10. Up at the top is Tyler Linderbaum. Yes, I understand. First round undersized center. Yes, I understand. Garrett Bradbury. But Linderbaum is just that dude, man. Just Iowa offensive lineman. Just, Kurt Ferentz, for all his faults as being a head coach, there's lots of them. Offensive line has always been on point, and they do a great job in Iowa City. And Linderbaum is the best of the best. I think that he's seriously the best center prospect in the last 5 seasons. And I understand, 292, blah, 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 blah. But it's all about leverage. It's all about weight distribution. It's all about lower body strength. And Linderbaum can hold his own in one-on-one spots. This is not a Garrett Bradbury situation. He's got movement skills for days. Like, Linderbaum is what we want a Garrett Bradbury to be. And the new regime, they do seem like they want to give Bradbury a shot in his 4th and final season. They're not going to pick up his 5th-year option, but Chris Reed, Jesse Davis could be seen more as guards, even though I think there's a chance that Chris Reed could be your week 1 starting center. But Linderbaum is just that dude where... Again, I understand the apprehension. I understand people just like, I don't know, man. But just imagine Linderbaum goes to the Eagles. Linderbaum goes to the Ravens. Linderbaum goes to Team XYZ and becomes a perennial all-pro for the next 12, 15 years. You're going to have a little bit of buyer's remorse or non-buyer's remorse, I guess. I think I would. So I feel perfectly fine sticking and picking, taking Linderbaum at 12, especially if Sauce and Stingley are off the board. And, Kyle Hamilton as well. Just sticking and picking, taking Linderbaum at 12, just you're done. Also, you could find a spot where you could potentially trade down, maneuver a little bit, and get some additional draft capital in the teens, maybe early 20s. Linderbaum sticks around, but I wouldn't even chance it. Like, I understand that it was great last season when Spielman was able to finesse from 14 to 23 and still get Darrisaw, who they probably would have taken at 14 anyway, but. Nah, just don't play around. Linderbaum is that guy. Another guy that I love is Zion Johnson, ZJ, who I've had a crush on since, I don't know, for the last 3 years. So the pride of Boston College. Where did he come from? He came from like Davidson or something like a small school, went up to Chestnut Hill, got his time in, played some guard as well as some left tackle, and he just gets after. He's got great movement skills. He's got a great punch as well, and I love a ZJ. So if the Vikings do trade down, there we'll get Zion Johnson, say in the 20s. It would be phenomenal. Now, say Linderbaum is off the board, and say Stoss and Stingley and Hamilton are off the board as well, which seems unlikely. But Zion at 12 seems a little bit rich. But at a certain point, it would be nice to trade down, but sometimes you wouldn't get commensurate value by moving down, and you need to go get your guys. So ZJ at 12. I wouldn't be upset. Next up, so it's clearly, for me, it's clearly Tyler Linderbaum, Zion Johnson. Oh, so I should explain. So we have guys in yellow who also have some center flexibility. Zion Johnson worked at center at the Senior Bowl. And then we have the gold stars next to guys that we love. There you go. Also for RAS is the relative athletic score. Our guy, Kenley Platt, puts it together. Math Bomb, what up? And it's basically a amalgamation of the testing numbers, and it puts it in a single digit from 0 to 10, etc. So there you go. Tyler Smith, the pride of Tulsa. Now I understand Tyler Smith, left tackle for days for the Golden Hurricanes. Let's say Richard Jr. coming out 6'5", 324, tested great as well. He's got some nastiness that I really love, and I think that he could certainly kick inside the guard. I think that he could bring that feistiness. He's got solid movement skills. Does hold a little bit. Just a little bit. So that could be an issue. So this could be a redux of Oli Udoh. Now that I say that out loud, I don't like it as much. But Tyler Smith, if I doubt that he gets out of the first round at this point, but if he is there in the second round, I think that they should certainly consider it. Kenyon Green. So the pride of Texas A&M, he's a guy that did get hurt during, well, not like physically hurt, but his draft stock got hurt during draft season. He didn't test great, but his tape is certainly there. Coming out as a junior, 6'4", 323. Former teammates with Kellen Mond as well. He is a guy that just has a great punch, can get after it, can move people, just can't really move himself. And the Vikings seemingly sticking with a outside zone, primarily dominant running scheme. Does he really fit in? Don't really know. Next up, a guy who definitely fits in, Dylan Parham, come Memphis. Richard Sr., 6'3", 313, a 9 on the RAS. And he is a guy that hopefully is going to be there in the third round. At 77, if you get Dylan Parham, that would be fantastic. We end up picking him a lot in our mock drafts. And I think Parham is a guy, maybe he comes in as a starter day one. Maybe he earns that spot. Also, he could have some center flexibility potentially. But a guy who does have some center flexibility, you do have Cole Strange sticking in the great state of Tennessee. Coming out of Chattanooga, Cole Strange has been he's been one of those guys where small school dude goes to the Senior Bowl, does really well, and then you see him as a day 3 pick. So you're going with the Alex Kappa, going with the Ali Marpet, going with the Quinn Mainers type role. I think Cole Strange is that guy. But Richard Sr., 6'6". Oh, he's too tall. Nah. But even though he's a little bit tall, he does play with decent leverage. He does need to work on some of that lower body strength. So some of the same drawbacks that we've seen from some of these zone offensive linemen definitely apply to Cole Strange as well. But tested out of his shorts, was a top 30 visit for the Vikings. Now, I think that he could go in an awkward spot between 46 and 77, somewhere in there. Do the Vikings have to stick and pick and take him at 46, potentially? Same thing with Dylan Parham. Yeah, maybe both of them sneak in the third round. Maybe they don't. Who knows? So we got 3 guys who are more about power. So we got Ed Ingram, Darren Kennard, as well as Sean Ryan, UCLA. Now, Ryan played all left tackle at UCLA. I think that he certainly could kick inside as well. And all 3 of these guys are all about diesel power, moving people, movement skills. Average. Sean Ryan did test phenomenal. Also, Sean Ryan is another one of those. I think that he was on the U.S. rugby team, or at least the junior team. He got after it. So it could be another Jordan Mailata spot. Or also he was great in track and field too. But Ed Ingram is just a low-down people mover, just a fantastic rock-solid guard. Darren Kennard coming out of Kentucky. Similar mold. I do like Ingram a little bit better. Sean Ryan is down just because of the potential move in position, etc. And then lastly, so we got Cam Jurgens. And Cam Jurgens, I feel like, is flying under the radar to a degree. So everything that we like about Tyler Linderbaum, everything that we liked about Garrett Bradbury coming out of NC State a couple years ago, Cam Jurgens checks those boxes. 6'3", 290, a 9.54 RAS. Now, I do think that Cam Jurgens, he is going to be those he's going to be in that fringe day 2, day 3, third round, fourth round type area. But since the Vikings don't have a fourth round pick, if they are going to take Cam Jurgens, I think you have to take him in the third round, 77, potentially even maneuvering. But I think that he does have the upside. I think that he could become like a Creed Humphrey last season, second round pick, and became one of the best centers in the league for the Chiefs. And I think that he suits well what the Vikings want to do up front. I think that the base certainly needs a little bit of work, but he is a diet Tyler Linderbaum. So the question is, who do you prefer, Linderbaum at 12 or Jurgens at 77? I would still take Linderbaum at 12, but Jurgens at 77 would have a ton of value as well. I don't think that Jurgens would come in and start right away. I think that he would have to earn his spot. Maybe the Vikings do give a spin to Bradbury, one final go, if Jurgens is the only offensive lineman taking day 1, day 2, and then Jurgens fights his way, wins the job next season in sort of a passing of the torch, John Sullivan, Matt Burke, John Sullivan type switch off, even though Bradbury is certainly not a Matt Burke, but is what it is. But that's it. Let's take a look at our top 10 interior offensive linemen in the 2022 NFL Draft. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Most support the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.